Hey everyone, this is Luminous coming at you with yet another Pro Dota commentary, and today's game is between Happyfeet and Neolution. But before I get into the game, I want to make a very formal apology for the things I said in my last commentary. I was talking about flaming in general and my reaction to a lot of people's comments left on YouTube and whatnot. And I still personally stand by my opinion that I dislike flaming, and people who dislike my pauses during the game could just skip ahead. But the way I said it, the way I said it to you guys, was very unprofessional, and it was very rude. And for that, I want to just make a really big apology, because it's not in my position to make rude comments like that. And I thought about it, and it was really unprofessional of me. And then so I just felt really bad. So I just want to apologize to everyone that was offended, and even if you're not offended, it's still an apology that I should make, because I should not be, as a commentator, as a part of the Dota commentators community, I should not be as rude as I was. So again, I'm sorry, and I hope you guys will accept this apology, and let's hope that we can move on. So moving on to today's game, we have Happyfeet versus Neolution. Happyfeet is a team from Philippines, such as Miniski, such as XCTCN or XCT. I'm not. Yeah, so a team from the Philippines, and the other team, Neolution, is a team from Thailand. This game is from the WDC, the World Dota Championship, and you can see here this is a remade after a CM game. So this is AP. So I personally don't have the pick and ban information, but we just have to judge it from how we are right now. So on the Scourge team, or on Sentinel team, we do see Crystal Maiden, Earthshaker, Quap, Shadowfiend, and the Kunkka. Now, this lineup give a very mid-game superiority lineup, because we do know Quap, Shadowfiend, and Kunkka are the most part are semi carries that has very accelerated farm. They have flash farming ability. If you're new to competitive Dota, what flash farming is using your skills to clear and type a creep wave and make yourself quick 200, 300 gold. And if you keep doing that throughout the game, you will get a lot of creep kills. So for Kunkka, once he's level 5 or higher, 2 raises will let you the entire creep wave if he plays those raises correctly. Of course, it's a little bit mana intensive, and that's why they have a Crystal Maiden here. And these 3 heroes will have very accelerated farm into the mid game, so Happyfeet will be extremely strong throughout the mid game, and their plan is to look forward to end the game maybe in 35 to 45 minutes. Earthshaker, as a hero, it gives you a lot of defensive capabilities into early games. It generally allows prevents the enemy team to push very successfully, because Fissure is a big AoE spell that could hurt both the creep wave that is pushing against the tower and also the enemies behind it. And also he does have some great teamfight ability if he ever farms up to the dagger. But that's a big if, because generally Earthshaker won't have a lot of farm, considering that most of the farm is probably going to go to Quap, the Kunkka, and the Shadowfiend. So I really like the lineup though, because I'm really sick of a lot of Chinese team going extremely late game. I mean, like Nirvana China, LGD Home, they are more late game oriented. And yes, those games give us really intense team fights and clashes, but sometimes I would personally like to see more of a mid game, and I really like Happyfeet's pick in this game. And then one thing before I move on to the Scourge team's pick, I'm not sure if you guys know this, they do have double chicken. Double chicken, that's right. This is not a misclick. If it's any other country's team, I would say that might be a misclick, but this is Philippines. And the Philippines, one really popular strategy in the Philippines is to bottle crow. And you can see that it actually gave the chicken to the Shadowfiend. I'm not sure if he's going to upgrade a crow for himself later on, or is the Crystal Maiden going to do that as well. But what bottle crow allows you to do is use your bottle, flash farm with your nukes and whatnot, put the empty bottle back on the crow, send it back to the fountain, and it refilled, and then send it back to the Shadowfiend. So you keep doing that continuously, and I'm sure that Happyfeet, at least love this play, will have a lot of micro ability to do that effectively, and we'll just farm from that as well. So this is a very Philippine-esque move that you don't see any other team do, and I personally think this move is very feasible. But let's see how it plays out in this particular game. I mean, on the Scourge team, we do see, we do see Morphling, the Broodmother, a Bat Rider, a Sven, and a Witch Doctor. So most likely we do see the Broodmother is going to solo in one lane, a Triling with the Morphling, Sven, and a Witch Doctor. And this Bat Rider is probably a direct counter pick to the Shadow Fiend. What Bat Rider does is he'll stack his slow spell on you, and each and every time he stacks, the more he'll do more damage from his physical hits and from his every one of his abilities. So Flaming Lasso, Firefly, and his nuke will just do extra damage based on how much stacks he has on you. So the magical number is around 5 or 6 stacks. Once he gets that amount of stacks on you, each hit is gonna do an upwards of 150 to 200 damage. And considering we're looking at level 1 and level 2, those amount of damage is just insane. And generally, if he could guess the lane where the Shadow Fiend is going to be in, which is probably mid lane, Bat Rider will have a field day of killing that Shadow Fiend. Bat Rider is generally a great counter pick against any hero that doesn't have any strong slow or any stunning abilities. And Shadow Fiend is a prime target of Bat Rider. So I really like Bat. I'm not sure why pro teams don't pick Bat more often. Sure, he's not a good mid to late game powerhouse, but the early game dominance he gives is very invaluable. Meanwhile, the Triling on the Morphling, Sven, and a Witch Doctor, very offensive Triling, very defensive as well. But you guys heard my rant of why I don't like Rogue Knight in a Triling, because look at his mana pool. Not enough mana pool to throw out 2 stuns. Yes, he has 6 item slot to get, but no matter what items you get at this point, you're not going to have enough mana to throw out 2 stuns. Save, other than the fact you get like 4 Mantles of Intelligence, but that's just kind of dumb. So, I think there's not much more to speak to it. Just looking from the synergy, or not the synergy, how the team match up against each other, I gotta say Scourge is it's a little bit more late game oriented, and yes, Scourge is more pushing oriented as well, but you gotta keep in mind that Scourge's pushing power for the Broodmother is heavily countered by the big AoE from Sentinel. So I don't think the Broodmother will be skilling up his spawn spiderling until the mid game, but we'll see how it plays out. So I'm not gonna talk too much more, and I'm just gonna unpause and let's see how everyone plays out. Oh wow, Broodmother actually picks up a Quelling Blade. I gotta think, well, I personally don't like Quelling Blade on Broodmother, because Broodmother is one of the heroes that could attack out of his webs and benefit from invisibility. Generally, we don't see Quelling Blade on Broodmother is because she definitely doesn't need the damage, the extra damage from the Quelling Blade. Broodmother has a pretty good attack animation, and generally, if you're taking your passive, which is the bite actually gives you some like +2 damage or +4 damage, and those extra little damage helps. And I'm not too sure why he got the Quelling Blade for. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. And I don't think the tree chop ability is necessary either, because you do have spin webs. So I think that's a very questionable buy, because that is 225 gold where you could spend on like 2 extra tango or some extra GG branches and a clarity, so, or a salve or whatnot, So I really don't like Quelling Blade, because it is a really big investment. It's a third of your starting gold, and that is a little bit too much. Meanwhile, we do see Sven picking up the Observer Wards, and that is very indicative of a very supportive Sven. I personally don't really like support Svens, because Sven is a hero that has a lot of capability of dealing damage, and most teams are just using him as a stun. But we do see engagement here. We do see a Stormbolt stunning 2 hero cast is going to be bouncing like crazy. Earthshaker try to get the Fissure, but before he even got it, he is falling off. I have a little bit of FPS problem. I hope these problems won't persist here. Crystal Maiden doing a very smart thing, cancelling the clarity on the Sven. And look at his mana. After he was clearing it up for a bit, he still have no mana to do anything. And that is the reason why I don't like Sven as a hero in a Triling. It looks like Kuka has blue 2 Torrents. Very smart move by the Crystal Maiden, knowing that there is no more stunning power from this Sven here, just going in and harassing very aggressively. This is very smart heads up play coming from Happyfeet Har. And yes, he is trading a little bit of damage from with the Witch Doctor, but really no big deal. But they gotta be very focused. Sven now is clearing it up, and now they are in out of position. We do see the Sven coming in. Let's see who's going to target. He is going to target the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden is going to take a stun. A defensive figure is going to block 2 people off, but Sven doing a lot of damage. Torrent is going to get a kill, so 2 quick-0 lead 40 Scourge tri-lane here, and this isn't exactly what Sentinel did not have in mind. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do see the Bad Rider at 5-1 and going against the Shadowfiend at 0-1, and this is what I mean. Bad Rider at early game, because he's allowed to stack like this, 8 stack on the Nevermore. Yeah, I think he's going for it. 8, that's 9 stack, and look at the amount of damage he'll do once he hits up. That's 10 stack. That is a max stack, but look at the amount of damage on that Shadowfiend. Oh, really great wand save, but just not enough. He had 10 charges on the magic wand because the Bad Rider was spamming the spells, but you saw the amount of damage from full to death, that how quick that was, and that is the power of Bad Rider in the early game. Meanwhile, back to the top lane, this just too much action. We do see a cast throwing out. This cast is stunning twice. Is there a falling up Stormbolt? No, there is not a falling up Stormbolt. If there was a Stormbolt, that Crystal Maiden was dead for sure here. Yeah, that is a problem with the Sven. Very mono-dependent hero. We do have a very offensive observer ward placed by Neolution on the top lane as well. So this ward will allow the enemy team to see this entire area, and if the creeps are pushed over here, the enemy team could backstab and whatnot. So 2 heroes meeting in the jungle here. Oh, and looks like they are gonna stun off the Earthshaker. Earthshaker taking some damage, but should be okay. He does have the mana for another stun, and he is just using it very defensively. This Earthshaker is a little bit spooked, and he's using a lot of his mana to do whatnot. Sven is a little bit roaming around. They do see the Sven running around though, so they should be okay. Shadowfiend is at 2 and 3, 0-1 hero stats, so he is just getting dominated in his lane. But I think he is gonna get his Bottle Crow soon, and that should accelerate his farm. Meanwhile, in the Sven is gonna come around. Let's see if they're gonna go for the Kunga. Kunga is sitting at around 400 HP, and I mean, this lane is all about positioning. If you get caught out of position like this, you are gonna be dead for sure. Oh yeah, they are definitely gonna go on the Kunga. There is a cast here. Crystal Maiden gets in and gets stunned here. A good waveform is gonna take the kill. Yes, that Torrent did hit, but that was after the fact that he died, so that was quite unfortunate. 40 Kunga here. Meanwhile, there's an initiation going on for Shadowfiend. Shadowfiend's 1 hit away. Yes, that 1 single hit is gonna get it. This Earthshake gotta be careful, even though, yeah, he is gonna go in. Even though the Bad Rider was very low HP, he has that explosive physical damage, and he is gonna able to out damage the Earthshaker. He did pick up the Shadowfiend already. Let's see if he's gonna go for the Earthshaker. Earthshaker is just 1 hit away. Earthshaker is just 1 hit away from that stack. Yes, they will get the kill there. So Bad Rider, it's just an insane amount of damage there. Very interesting item choices from the Bad Rider, picking up the bottle first. In most cases, I would have gone for the Boots of Speed first, allow you the capability to chase better, but you saw that bottle in that occasion actually helped out in healing up and getting the kill. Meanwhile, the bot lane, I haven't been checking out too much here. We do see the Broodmother versus the Quap here. Broodmother actually doing a lot of harasses. The Broodmother at 12 and 6, meanwhile the Quap at like 15 and 3. Broodmother very low HP, but he is gonna go okay, getting the regenerative power from the web, and does have a tango or two. Now this lane there won't be a lot of action heavy because both heroes is gonna have trouble killing each other. Broodmother is not gonna get a kill on Quap because Broodmother requires just constant right click, and Quap does have a blink. But Broodmother should be careful a little bit because the nuking power of Quap can, if the Broodmother is not careful enough, bring the Broodmother low enough for like a sonic wave kill or whatnot. So looking back in the top lane here, the top lane is just not faring too well. This top lane, oh my god, I haven't been talking about it, but Scourge is getting 1 kill after another. The score is 0-7 at this point. It looks like this Kunga is gonna be going down once again here. We do see another cast going off, so he is getting completely chain stunned. Do we have a waveform? Waveform goes in to get the kill. Nice, kind of trying to predict the Torrent for the waveform, so maybe he'll waveform into the Torrent and get a death there, but unfortunately they did not do that.